Hello and welcome to CityView. I'm your host, Renee Tejas. In case you didn't get your fireworks fill, in this episode we'll revisit our 4th of July celebration. We'll take a look at the naming of a park located right in front of your own Austin City Hall. But first, the Austin City Council adopted the East Riverside Corridor Master Plan earlier this year. Riverside is a primary route to and from the Austin-Bergstrom Airport, and it's an important commercial corridor to the diverse group of residents living on or near Riverside Drive. Much of East Riverside Drive reflects a common car-dominated environment. However, pedestrian activity along East Riverside is much heavier than average. Many residents rely on public transportation and walk to and from local services, bus stops, and existing retail establishments. The Planning Department is seeking public input on how that redevelopment should take place, as the city will be rezoning some properties along East Riverside and creating new development regulations to help achieve the vision described in the master plan. We checked in with ARIC with the city's Planning and Development Review Department for an update.
There are a number of buildings in the East Riverside area that were built in the 1960s, 70s that have largely reached the end of their productive lives. A lot of change has already started to occur. The East Riverside Corridor Master Plan was initiated because of a few different things that were going on. The area along East Riverside, especially nearer downtown, was starting to redevelop. Also because there were discussions about the potential for rail along East Riverside Drive. There's been some new construction. The master plan helps to guide that growth in a way that what's built there in the future is more pedestrian friendly, is more in line with the community's vision and the city's vision for the future. The master planning process was actually a 1.5-year long process where we had numerous public meetings and stakeholder meetings to try and get input on this vision for the area. But the process is not complete. The community is really supportive of having a more pedestrian-friendly environment, more amenities in the area for current and future residents. One of the concerns is certainly about displacement of current low-income residents, and that's one of the issues that we've been focusing on a lot in discussions about redevelopment, and are there good ways to protect at least the subsidized affordable housing in the area. We're still looking for more community input. We'll be having a number of other public meetings over the next year or so to help refine those regulations so that they really do meet the vision for the area.
You can keep up to date with the latest developments on this project at eastriversidecorridor.com. And there's been some developments around City Hall. See, there's a triangle grove of trees just outside the building. The grove is on Cesar Chavez near the First Street Bridge, and the Austin City Council recently named the triangle after Margret Hofmann, who served on the City Council from 1975 to 1977. Friends and family were there for the dedication and the ribbon cutting.
Congratulations.
So familiar with the horror of war, Margret brought a passion for peace to Austin. I salute her longtime involvement as a committed and concerned citizen. Most importantly, I am pleased to have shared almost 4 decades of friendship with her. I am so pleased that this park is being named in her honor.
Austin now is noted for its environment and its quality of life.
If anybody can speak about that.
And I think we need to acknowledge and recognize one of the pioneers.
Margret, Austin's tree lady, changed the way our city leaders think about trees and the way our community at large thinks about trees, with the first tree ordinance, Think Trees Week, and a heritage tree registry.
This is just a woman who had an idea of how to help the environment and was able to really accomplish a whole lot, and then that stimulates other people to sort of follow in her footsteps.
I hope a greater appreciation for trees. This is really what it's all about. You know, you cannot force people not to cut a tree down. They all cut them down in the middle of the night or something. Pay a little fine, so what? They want to get rid of it, so I can build something there. There are ways to do it. The idea is to persuade them to see the beauty and the importance of trees so that they will want to take care of them.
Margret Hofmann, who is affectionately known as Austin's Tree Lady, was the driving force behind the tree preservation movement and the establishment of our first tree preservation ordinance. Without her leadership over the past 40 years, it's likely Austin would look very different today. The grove's official name is the Margret Hofmann Oaks. Now let's hear from Larry Schooler for an update on the latest City Council meeting.
The Austin Police Department and public safety agencies got a boost from the City Council at their last meeting. Council agreed to apply for federal grant funding for an electronic ticketing project. The money would allow the city to issue paperless tickets using Bluetooth technology, saving officers lots of time by filling in some of the information automatically and eliminating problems with illegible handwriting. Council also decided to join the County Information Resources Agency. The agency helps members share information resources and technologies. In a related move, Council decided to buy software allowing the Austin Regional Intelligence Center to accept criminal justice files from partner agencies in Hays, Travis, and Williamson counties. Trees also got a boost when council members approved a contract that will help protect trees that might otherwise be damaged by construction on the Waller Creek project. That project will include a tunnel diverting flows from Waller Creek and allowing for more development in the area. Council directed the city clerk to prepare for a charter amendment election within the next couple of years. Voters would consider whether the city council would appoint the city attorney. As of now, the city manager makes that appointment. A vote of 3/4 of the council would allow the council to remove the city attorney if the charter amendment passed. Finally, council wants to know what it costs to process plastic bags in the waste stream. Council has been reviewing options for plastic bags for several years and collaborated with local retailers on a plan to reduce plastic bag use, buy reusable bags, and recycle plastic bags. In all, council considered 152 items at its June 24th meeting. Its next regularly scheduled meeting is July 29th. For CityView, I'm Larry Schooler.
The Austin Regional Intelligence Center, or ARIC, is a collaborative effort of 10 public safety agencies in Hays, Travis, and Williamson counties. ARIC partner agencies will work together to provide resources, expertise, and/or information to the center. Lieutenant Spangler has more.
The Austin Regional Intelligence Center is a collaborative effort between the 10 major law enforcement agencies in the 3-county area. It comprises of the 3 counties of Travis, Williamson, and Hays County. It is an effort in which we will be at the very beginning fusing the information of the records management systems of those major law enforcement agencies to help us solve, detect, and deter crime in the region. As everybody knows, one of the really major issues that are affecting every law enforcement and really every city department is the budget. That very beginning piece is what makes this so attractive for the region. It helps us to be able to combine resources. It helps us to be able to utilize the funding sources that we have in a way that helps to really multiply those efforts. Our operations and our actual facilities should be completed hopefully by the October 1st. We hope to be able to move in shortly after that and then begin testing the software applications. And one of the things that I think has been key throughout this process is working with the advocacy groups to make sure that we are taking care of protecting the civil rights and the civil liberties of the citizens.
Austin Energy, the city's community-owned electric utility, is ramping up for another hot summer. With almost 3,000 megawatts of total generating capacity, the utility says it has plenty of available power generated to meet our community's needs. Austin Energy recently announced the completion of 2 new Quick Start units at the Sand Hill Energy Center, which provide an additional 100 megawatts of electricity for Austin. We joined other media outlets for a tour of the power plant.
Well, we tend to say with 100 megawatts we can do 77,000 homes. What we've added are 2 more simple cycle units. Those are LM6000s. They're aeroderivative gas turbines. That means it's a jet engine. And the way you start it is just like on an airplane, you have to get it spinning first. So in our case, we have a gearbox and a hydraulic starter that starts the turbine spinning. And when it gets up to a certain speed, it lights off the gas, and then it becomes self-sustaining. The overall plant consists of now 6 LM6000 gas turbines, and then we also have a combined cycle unit. This site can produce now about 580 megawatts total. The benefit of the jet engines is that they can start fast, stop fast, be on in a short time, So when there are unexpected peaks, which can happen this time of year, those units can come on and run and produce power immediately. And that's the gas turbine, so it's producing 125 megawatts. Without a high-speed computer, you can never do this. This is a very dynamic business. I don't think people realize how real-time it is. You can only make what you use, you can only use what you make. So you can't make any extra to have around, and if you need it, you got to have all of it. You can't be short. Having the fast start units helps us in the case of system upsets, which could lead to blackouts and things like that. That's definitely a big advantage of having the simple cycle unit. Something people don't understand is once the evening starts to cool off, the load goes back down, and we can take those units off quickly, and they're not expensive to shut down. You don't have to burn very much fuel to get it running. So with a gas turbine, you burn a minimal amount of gas to shut down or start up. So you save a lot. It's a lot more efficient on a cost basis per start. Burning natural gas of the fossil fuels is the cleanest that there is. It's a great match for the load that we see in the summertime here in Austin.
And if you're interested in conserving some energy that may come from that power plant, you may want to know that air conditioning accounts for 60 to 70% of a customer's electric bill between the months of June and September. To help reduce your energy use and ultimately lower the cost of your electric bill, try these tips. Turn off lights and electronic equipment, close blinds and drapes, use ceiling fans, raise your thermostat a few degrees higher than what you normally would do, use large appliances like your washer, dishwasher, and dryer at night or in the morning, and use a microwave instead of a stove. The Austin Fire Department's training facilities were busy in late June, but it wasn't just firefighters having all the fun. The South Austin location opened its doors for members of the media and civilian support staff, allowing all to gear up and spend a day in the life of a firefighter.
This is our second support services day. The last one we did was several years ago. This has been our first opportunity that we could do it again. But it's twofold. It's to show our appreciation for the support services staff that we have. Everybody always sees the firefighter out at the fire station, but it takes that support staff to really run the fire department behind the scenes. We couldn't operate the fire department without them. But really the most important part of it probably is so that they can see the firefighter side of life, also so that they can get their hands on the tools. It allows them to actually see the things that we're talking about. Like say we order a thermal imaging camera. It allows them to actually put their hands on a thermal imaging camera, see what it actually is, and then when that request comes across their desk to buy another one, they actually know what it is that we're talking about. So that's the reason why we do that. Gave the chance really for these younger kids that are deciding what they want to do as interns to our support staff, gave them the chance to see the firefighter side of life too. So that may, at some point lead to those interns may be choosing firefighting as a career path. We'd love to do it annually. I think, just for logistical reasons, we haven't done it every year, but I think it's well received. It's a great opportunity for the folks to get out of the office and come put their hands on the equipment. And so, yeah, we hope to do it every year.
Despite rain during the days leading up to Independence Day, the skies cleared up just in time for things to go off with a bang at the City of Austin co-sponsored HEB and Austin Symphony's 34th annual 4th of July concert and fireworks show. This year, we got a behind-the-scenes look at how this event comes together.
We start early, from 7 to midnight or 1 for 3 days in a row. Everything is loaded here on site. This box can shoot 500 shells, 500 cues. So every time we shoot one button, 10 of those goes off. Can somebody bring me a drill, please? Just pop the corner of this open real quick. To load all 3 trailers took us 5 hours.
As far as this particular show, once that trailer is built after a couple days worth of work, we can get the show ready in one day.
Look at that side. Look at that pretty sight. And you just don't realize how, what the time is. You're going, we gotta have been here at least 45 minutes. Well, we're glad you enjoyed that 45-minute show, even though it only took us 24 minutes to put it on. We enjoyed that immensely.
Hey, that's all for this edition of CityView. I'm your host, Renee Tejas. Our next episode premieres Friday, July 23rd. Thanks for watching.